as you would call, a naturalistic world. I see the things as they are. I don't see anything supernatural or anything like that. But unlike you, I sort of do what my ancestors used to do 5-6 centuries ago. I pass on the traditions of the pagans. And it basically goes like, I'm thankful to the earth, to the sun and all the elements, and I sing to them, and I respect them. But I'd not personify them. I'd not see them as deities or gods or anything like that. And why I do that is because I want to be respectful and thankful to them, and so that people would see that, and they would not hurt the environment so much. If they respect it, they would cherish it more.
Well, I think that the respect for the environment and an understanding that we are really part of the environment, and that we have, through our technology and through our power and our great numbers, we have the potential to harm the environment, and ultimately we're harming ourselves. I think that that's all admirable. As far as feeling thankful, I guess we can be thankful for the atoms that cause us to exist, and the stars that created those atoms, and all these things. I don't know whether it makes sense to thank something that isn't a person, but I think having a sense of appreciation and awe for those things is very appropriate. Personally, I think the universe is pretty darn cool and pretty awesome. And it's really kind of miraculous in some ways that we're even here at all, or that I'm alive. And I do have a sense of gratefulness, but I don't feel like I can express that to anything because there's nothing conscious there.
Yeah, going with what Don said, just the idea thank you, that's something that you direct at a person or an entity or whatever else. It's not like I'm going to thank my cup for holding the water. But that doesn't mean I'm not thankful for the fact that I've got a cup of water here. It's come in handy. But there's a person that's actually responsible for bringing the cups and filling it up with water. So thank you. And in the cases where there may not be a person, where we're talking about something that's that can't necessarily be traced back to a person, but I'm still thankful for it, having a healthy sense of appreciation is fine. If you choose to express that by singing songs to nature, non-personified deities, just in general expressing thanks to whatever, I don't see that you're. I wouldn't have a problem with it. It personally, and I don't mean this insulting, it seems silly to me because, and this is from a purely practical perspective, it is time spent doing showing thanks to something that can't possibly appreciate the thanks or return it. It seems as a potential waste of time. But if you enjoy it, then it's not a waste of time. And I'm a big fan of doing what you enjoy, provided you're not hurting anybody else. And I'd say what you're doing definitely doesn't hurt anybody else.
Let me add one more thing. I think the value for what he's doing is spending some time appreciating his sense of place in the universe.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, I think.
Yep. And I'm a fan of that.
Yes. I understand what you mean by thanking someone who can't understand that I'm thanking them, but it's not so they could understand it, but so other people can see it, and they would feel also the same appreciation for the environment as I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah.
And there may be cases. I really couldn't say how much influence something like that would have, but. Certainly letting people see that you're appreciative for whatever you've got for whatever reason may have some positive benefit on somebody else.
Well, you have to start somewhere.
Sorry?
I said you have to start somewhere.
Sure.
Yeah.
But, well, I don't need to get in great detail on it, but if I were to see, for example, singing and thanking, let's say, the sun, I'm not going to think you're a moron. I'm not going to think you're a buffoon, but I'm not going to be any more respectful of the sun because I saw you do it. I still have, or nature or anything else. I have the appreciation that I have, and I express it in the way that I do or don't. But that's not to say that it doesn't affect other people. And maybe you're right, there could possibly be some benefit. I just don't know that that's a particularly effective way of changing minds. But yeah, if you got to start somewhere, your method is probably one of the, I can find less fault with it than any other method that some people come up with.
Yeah, if that's all the religion there were in the world, we wouldn't be having a show like this. Yeah, it's not a problem and not objectionable. So
thanks a lot, Arno. I appreciate the call.
Keep up with your appreciation.